Look, human behavior looks simple until it suddenly doesn't. One person gets criticized and shuts down for 3 days. Another gets criticized and works harder. One person forgives instantly. Another never forgets. Someone walks into a room and feels confident. Someone else walks into the same room and feels threatened. Same world, different reactions. And that's the first rule of psychology. People don't respond to reality. They respond to what reality means to them. Because behavior isn't random. It's a pattern, a strategy, a survival method that was learned somewhere, usually long before anyone noticed. Most human behavior can be understood through one uncomfortable truth. The brain is not designed to make people happy. It's designed to keep them alive. And a brain that's focused on survival will often choose what's familiar over what's healthy. That's why people repeat the same mistakes. They're not repeating because they love pain. They're repeating because the pattern is predictable, and predictable feels safe. This is why someone can say they want love, but keep choosing emotionally unavailable people. It's why someone can crave peace but create chaos. It's why someone can beg for stability, then sabotage it the moment it arrives. The nervous system doesn't chase happiness. It chases what it recognizes. A lot of human behavior is just emotion management in disguise. Anger is often protection. It shows up when someone feels powerless, embarrassed, or exposed. It's the brain's way of turning vulnerability into strength. Fear is often control. Overthinking is often self-defense. People aren't overthinking because they enjoy it. They do it because uncertainty feels dangerous, so the mind tries to predict every possible outcome. Even confidence isn't always confidence. Sometimes it's performance. Sometimes it's armor. Sometimes it's someone who learned early that if they look strong, nobody will test them. And then there are the behaviors people don't understand at all. Like why someone pushes people away right when things get good, or why someone acts cold when they actually care, or why someone keeps jokes on standby like a weapon. Those behaviors usually come from one place: protection from past experiences. If a person learned that closeness leads to disappointment, they'll keep distance. If they learn that being emotional gets them punished, they'll become numb. If they learn that asking for help makes them weak, they'll become hyper-independent. It's not personality, it's conditioning. And once a behavior works, once it protects someone, even once, the brain keeps it. This is why people can be incredibly logical in one area and completely irrational in another, because logic and emotion live in different rooms. They can be connected, but they're not the same thing. A person can know that they're safe and still feel unsafe. A person can know they're loved and still fear abandonment. A person can know a thought is irrational and still be controlled by it. Behavior follows the nervous system, not the argument. Another key to understanding behavior is this: people act based on needs. They might not admit it, but almost everything comes back to a few basic needs: safety, belonging, control, significance, and love. When those needs are met, people become softer, more patient, more generous. When those needs are threatened, people become defensive. Not because they're evil, but because the brain starts prioritizing survival again. That's why behavior can change instantly depending on who someone is around. Some people bring out someone's calm. Others activate their wounds. And here's the part that changes how people see the world. Most of the time, people aren't reacting to the present. They're reacting to an older version of it. A tone of voice becomes a memory. A delayed reply becomes rejection. A small mistake becomes shame. A neutral expression becomes danger. The present gets filtered through the past. So what does all this mean? It means human behavior is a language. And once people learn to read it, they stop taking everything personally. They stop labeling people as crazy or lazy or cold. They start asking a more powerful question: what is this behavior trying to do for them? Because every behavior has a job. And the hopeful part is this: behaviors can be unlearned. Once someone understands what their brain has been protecting them from, they can build new strategies that don't cost them their relationships, their peace, or their future. Human behavior isn't random. It's history trying to stay safe. If this made human behavior make more sense, hit subscribe.